today we will continue with the English language chapter, non-finite verbs. And yesterday we have done exercise A, so let's move to exercise B today. Exercise B, let's see what it says. Determine whether the infinitive in these sentences is a noun or an adjective. So you have to tell these sentences, they have infinitives. You have to tell that whether the infinitive is a noun or an adjective, and then you have to also tell what is its function in the sentence. That is, what type of noun it acts or which noun it qualifies. That I'll let you know how you have to do. Okay. So the first one, the baby wants to talk. What is the infinitive here?
Ma'am, to talk.
Okay.
Ma'am, to talk.
Okay, so underline to talk, and here write noun as direct object. Noun as direct object. What does the baby want? To talk. So noun as a direct object. Alright, next. To give generously is the best thing one can do.
Ma'am, to give. Ma'am, to give. Ma'am,
Okay,
to
here
give.
it is used as
Adjective. Adjective. Ma'am, adjective. Adjective.
Adjective. To give. It is a subject here. We are talking about giving. To give. Alright? Okay. So here it is used noun as a subject. Noun as a subject. Next. I need something to eat right now.
Ma'am, to eat.
Okay.
Ma'am, noun.
I need something. I need something. What something? To eat. So here it is used as an adjective. As an adjective.
Ma'am, please repeat third one.
Beta, third is to eat, adjective. Here it is used as an adjective. Number 4, I must eat something right now.
Ma'am, eat.
Okay.
Must eat. Ma'am, eat. Must.
No, not.
Ma'am, it is a bear.
Yes, it is a bare infinitive. Eat, complement of verb.
Ma'am, new voice.
What happened to my voice? Are you not able to hear?
Ma'am, we can hear.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear.
So, fourth, eat, complement of verb. Next, I want to speak the truth without worrying about the consequences.
Ma'am, to speak. Ma'am, to speak. Ma'am, to speak.
Okay.
Ma'am, to speak.
I want what? To speak. So what is to speak here?
Ma'am, as direct object.
Direct object. Right.
Direct.
Noun as direct object. Noun as direct object. Next, he was supposed to shoot the ball to the right of the goalkeeper.
Ma'am, to shoot the ball. Ma'am, to shoot. Ma'am, to shoot. To shoot.
Okay. So to shoot here is
Complement of the verb.
Yes, complement of the verb. Complement of the verb. Next. To travel to the corners of the world has been my dream.
Ma'am, to travel. Ma'am, noun as in subject. As a subject.
Okay.
Noun as in subject.
Yes, noun as subject. Okay, next one. Rashid wanted to shout out a warning to the man, but he had already moved out of sight.
Ma'am,
To
to
shout.
shout.
To shout.
Yes,
To
to
shout.
Noun as direct object.
right,
Noun as direct object.
Yes, noun as
Direct
direct
object.
object.
Direct object.
Because
Direct object.
what did Rashid wanted? To shout. So it is the direct object. Last one here. Some people today exercise to stay healthy.
To
To
stay.
stay. Ma'am, to stay.
Complement
Stay.
of the
Stay.
word.
Yes, complement of
Complement
verb.
of the word.
Right,
Complement.
verb. Okay. Now we move on to the past participle. We have already done the yes, Shagun.
Ma'am, please repeat fourth one.
Fourth is eat. Complement of verb.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. The past
Ma'am,
participle.
please repeat last one.
Which one?
Ma'am, last one.
Last is to stay. Complement of verb. All done now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we have already seen that there are two types of participles, present participle and past participle. The present participle, it ends in ing, and the past participle, they end in ed, t, en, alright, or n, or t, or d. So they end like this. And so present participle we have already done. Let's move on to past participle. So some examples are given here. A broken jug lay on the ground. So broken, ending in en. The teacher looks preoccupied, ending in
ED. Ma'am, ED.
All right.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of preoccupied?
Means already busy with something in a head. There's all, sometimes it happens that you are present somewhere, but you are not able to take in things which happen there, because there is already something in your mind. Your mind is already occupied beforehand. All right, means there is already some thoughts, maybe something going on in your mind that is already going on there, so you're not able to take new things in. Maybe it could be you are troubled about something that happened. All right. Or like it happens with teachers, I know for sure that because sometimes there are so many things on our mind that like even when we are there, it could happen with anyone though, that whatever is happening we are not able to get in it within us. So preoccupied means there is already, you are preoccupied means not what is happening at night, at now, at present. You are not busy with that, but you are pre-busy with something else. All right. So you are pre-busy with something else which is going on in your mind or in your life. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now the functions. Now the functions of the past participle, they are similar to that of the present participle, because it is participle, just the form changes, the present and the past, but the functions, they remain the same. So it is also used as an adjective to a noun, all right, to give some attribute to it, all right, some quality to it. And see, they had difficulty identifying the drowned man. Here drowned is used as an
Adjective.
adjective. Alright?
Adjective.
Right. Interested applicants may apply. Which applicants may apply?
Ma'am, interested.
The interested ones. Alright. So applicants here being the noun. So interested, it is acting here as an adjective.
Attribute.
So the functions of past participle also are similar to that of present participle. It can be used as an adjective. Then it can also be used as the subject or the object complement of a verb. I want the work done now. So done here. I want, what do you want? The work. But done. So it is adding something to the object. So it is object complement of the verb want. Then see the other example. This candidate seems interested. Seems interested. So we are getting to know something about the subject here. What is the subject here? The candidate. So here it is what? It is the subject complement. It is telling us something more about the candidate, about the subject. The subject is the candidate, and what do we get to know about the candidate? That the candidate is interested. Now, but if we change or interchange, substitute, or you can say substitute the present participle for the past participle, then the meaning it changes. Like see the last example that we did. This candidate seems interested, and in place of interested, past participle, if we add here or substitute here with the present participle, we make it interesting. So this candidate seems interesting, and so the meaning changes. Why the meaning changes? Because there is also a difference between the meaning of interesting and interested. So accordingly, the meaning of these sentences also change. That the candidate, he seems interested in something, but when we say the candidate seems interesting, means the person, the candidate as a person is interesting. But when we say the candidate seems interested, means he is interested in something. So the meaning it changes when we substitute the present participle with the past participle or so on. Then they are also used when we are talking about two events. Okay, so it is useful when we are talking about the first of the two events which are described in a sentence. So when we are talking about two events, so we make use of past participle to talk about the first one. Like see, angered by her rude words, he walked away. So first, in this case, the first event, because of the first event, the second event happened. So when we are talking about two events in the same sentence, so it is used in the first part, means in the first part of the sentence. Like angered by her rude words, he walked away. Disappointed that he hadn't understood her intention, she too walked away. So in this case, in these sentences, what happens? Because of the first event, the second event happens. Now if he had not been angered by her rude words, he wouldn't have walked away. So because she said something angrily, that is why he walked away. Alright, and because he did not notice her intention, so she also walked away. Understood? So because of the first thing, the second action it happened. Okay, let's move on. Let's try to do this exercise, the last exercise here. And so in this particular exercise, we will only underline the past participles. Alright, so we will only underline the past participles here in the sentences, and we will also try to look the sentence for other non-finance as well. So if you find any other, first we will only look for past participle in a sentence, look for past participle and underline it. Okay, that we have to do, and then we have to see that is if there is any other non-finite in this particular sentence or not. Okay, so let's move with the first one. The lost jewels have been found.
Ma'am,
Lost.
being found. Ma'am, being.
The lost jewels. Lost, underline lost. Then next, saddened by the news, he became quiet.
Saddened.
Ma'am, saddened. Saddened.
Saddened. Right, saddened. Next, he got the room dusted and sprayed.
Ma'am, dusted and sprayed.
Okay.
And dusted and sprayed.
Right. Underline dusted and sprayed both. Don't underline and. Okay, next. I am tired of cleaning your torn and dirty jeans.
Ma'am, tired. I'm tired.
Tired.
And cleaning. Ma'am, tired cleaning.
Tired.
Tired. Torn. Torn could be there. Torn. Torn could be your past participle. And cleaning. What is cleaning here?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, present.
subject.
Complement.
Present participle.
Present
Subject.
participle
Present participle.
or is it a gerund?
Ma'am, cleaning
Present
is gerund.
participle.
I am tired of
Ma'am,
cleaning.
Gerund.
I am tired of what? Cleaning. So here, cleaning. It is gerund only. So though you don't have to write that, just for your understanding, you can underline cleaning and write gerund. Otherwise, torn. Next. Was the leader praised for his speech?
Praise. Ma'am, praised.
Okay, praised.
Praised.
Right. He appeared exhausted after the strenuous exercise.
Ma'am, exhausted.
Exhausted. Okay. The sharpened blade gleamed in the fading sunlight.
Sharpened. Gleamed.
Sharpened and gleamed.
Gleamed and.
Sharpened and gleamed.
The sharpened. Beta gleamed here is just the verb. Okay. Plain simple verb here. It is used as verb. So sharpened. Sharpened is okay. And fading sunlight. Fading is what?
Ma'am, when the sunlight slows down,
I
when
know.
it
What it is here? Present participle or gerund?
Ma'am, participle.
Present participle. Here it is used as an
Present participle.
adjective.
Ma'am, present.
object,
And
ma'am,
present
object
part.
complement.
As an
Ma'am.
adjective. Here it is used as an adjective, right? Which sunlight? The fading sunlight. So fading is what? Present participle. That only you have to tell. Present participle. Number 8. The people started going home when they saw the setting sun.
Ma'am, setting.
Started. Ma'am, started.
Setting. Ma'am, setting.
Setting.
Ma'am, setting.
Yes, setting is what? Present
Started.
participle.
Ma'am, started.
No, beta, started. Not started. Going also you can say, but then again the people started going where? Home. Okay, so you can say going, you can say, but that also would be a gerund. So here we don't have any past participle in this particular sentence. So mark going as gerund and setting as present participle. Number 9. Having delivered the message, the annoyed man banged the door shut.
Ma'am, delivered and annoyed.
Ma'am, delivered and banged.
Ma'am, delivered and banged.
Banged.
Ma'am, banged.
Annoyed. Delivered and
Right.
annoyed.
Annoyed.
Delivered and annoyed. Having delivered and annoyed. Mark having delivered and annoyed both. Delivered and annoyed. Okay, last one. We bought a packet of frozen peas that had to be thawed.
Ma'am,
Thawed.
frozen and thawed. Ma'am, frozen and thawed.
Okay,
Frozen and
frozen and thawed. Written all of you? Is there anyone who has missed anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please repeat the 7th and the 8th one.
7th and the 8th one. 7th is sharpened. Underline sharpened as the past participle, and fading is present participle.
Ma'am, repeat 5th one. Ma'am, please repeat 5th one.
5th is praised.
Ma'am, please repeat the 6th one.
6th is exhausted.
Ma'am, please repeat the first one. Ma'am, eighth one.
First is lost. Eighth.
Ma'am, eighth one.
Eighth, beta. I'm telling eighth. Going is gerund and setting is present participle.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alright, now done, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta, just 1 minute.
Okay, ma'am.